How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing great. Just want to say a big thank you for all the feedback I've had on my previous videos. I've had loads of comments, even had people messaging me on Facebook that have watched the video to say thank you and how much they've helped them. That's what it's about. Watch my video, learn how I'm doing things, put your own spin on it and see how it benefits you. And if it does benefit you, I'd really love it if you could leave a comment, just like people have been doing. And as always, leave a like and a subscribe if you've really enjoyed what you're looking at. But yeah, I think my highest video is on like 167 likes. Be really lovely to get 200 likes. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But today, I've been to Swanlands, and here's my view. Very pretty. I'm on peg 10. It's not a peg that I actually like very much. I've not had much luck on it in the past. But we'll see how we get on in today's video. So, as you can see, I've just put the big cup down, so you know that I've already put in a big cup of white maggots. That's how I start off my fishing day. I'm on top kit +2. I'm on a 0.5 alien float, which is my favourite float. I've got it set to a bulk shot, about a foot away from my hook length, maybe a little bit more than a foot, and just 2 number 10 droppers. The idea of that is the bulk shot takes it straight down very quickly to the feet below, and then your last 2 droppers just take it down a little bit slower so the skimmers and carps see it on the drop and hopefully follow it down and take it. So I've just laid my rig in. Here we are, first fish. Oh, no need for the net. Nasty, ferocious perch. I love them really, little buggers. It's very rare that they don't get me. I escaped. So that is usually what you expect to see at the start when you're fishing maggot. Small fish, perch, roach, gudgeon even. I mean, I've never had a gudgeon out of Swanlands, but at any other venue, if you're doing this kind of method on the maggots, this is what you'd expect to see. So I'm going out with another big cup because I don't want little fish. I know that sounds a bit crazy, putting 2 big cups in so quick, but I want to get something a little bit better. To do that, keep putting that bait in, and hopefully those bigger fish will bully them out because they'll want to get down on it. So we'll go have it something a little bit better. This is what I'm looking for. Skin bob. So this peg 10, this is in the shallows part of Swanlands. Often these bream skimmers, they're in the deeper pegs behind me, like pegs 1 to 8 or pegs 45 all the way around to peg 25. But still, I'm going to target these fish. I took 6 pints of maggots with me. In fact, I took 6 pints of whites with me and a pint of reds, so I took a lot. So regardless of what peg I got, this is the method I was going to fish. It's still warm. Fish are wanting to feed up because winter is coming, and I wanted to get into them. So I'm laying that rig back in, kiss the water, drop the white maggots in, see what comes. Flying skin bob. Really going for it, trying its hardest to get off. I love this. I mean, you love it when they stay on. I mean, you feel like crying when they get off, especially when they're massive. Or they always look massive when they're flying through air anyway. I mean, your average skimmer here at Swanlands is between 1 and 3 pound. You do get the odd skimmer that's around about 4 pounds. So they're definitely worth fishing for, and it is something that I did come specifically to target. It was a very windy day. I knew it was going to be windy. I checked the weather. A lot of anglers like to fish long here. for the carp at the far banks and the islands. I did set up a method rod for the far bank, just a 6mm wafter on. I did get a fish, I got a skimmer, so I kind of gave up on that, but you may see me throughout the video just catapulting across to that far bank with 4mm, just to see if I could see any tails coming up, if I did have thrown across, but in the end I've decided to stick on this line all the way through. I did try the margins, they do look really nice, these margins either side, but I didn't get one bite. So this is a much longer video than normal, because I wanted to show you how this maggot feeding really works. So it's more realistic. These fish are in an order. I mean, there's lots of fish I've not added into the video because it'll be about 2 hours long. I had a lot of fish today, but for majority of it, it's all in perfect order, so you're seeing what kind of fish you're getting on the back of how you are feeding it. So I've just hit a carp now, so far I've had a perch, a couple of skimmers, and now I've hit a carp. I've probably put 2.5 cupfuls of maggots in, if you include the cad cups as well. So 2 big cups and you know, a few cad cups, so quite a lot of bait in a short period of time, but pretty quick with it into a carp. And I'm not fishing for these. I mean, I'm on a 0.15 bottom, 16 kg nook or kaizen. We've had this conversation before. You know, nothing too brutal. I'm on a white hydro elastic, which is very soft. I did pick that specifically for this, A, because I like to use it for skimmers, but B, I had quite a lot of water, so these fish could really run if they wanted to, so I didn't need no big and daft that were going to force that hook out. So I've hit that and got it out pretty quick. Proof that you don't need a big brutal elastic. It's probably took a minute and a half to get that fish out. What a banger that is, absolute brute. Great condition, beautiful common carp. Good start. Straight on the clicker. It's important you get this right. There is net limits here, £70. So because I've got a carp, I want to put some more bait in. It's a big fish. No doubt it will have gobbled up all those maggots that we've had in. And let's be honest, they're never usually by themselves. They've usually got a few pals with them. That was a big fish. If his mates are just as big as well, there'll be nothing left of those maggots. I want to get those big skimmers back in, so I'll put a big cup back in. Straight away we're in. Looks like we've got a skimmer on, which is the target fish. You know, the carp are just a bonus. Ideally I've fished for carp in the last 2 hours down margin, or at that far bank that I've been pre-baiting with the catapult with the 4mm. It's a lovely big skimmer, great condition. I love coming to this venue for this reason. I've not been to another venue which has had as many skimmers in as this per peg. It's ridiculous and fantastic fishing. Straight on the clicker. So I've been using 3 reds. I've not killed them, I've just left them live. And I'm going to put another cad cup's worth of maggots in. I'm happy with the skimmers, so I don't want to overfeed them because I want to keep my bites coming as quick as possible. You know, the more feed you put in, the less time it takes, you know, the more time it takes for you to get that bite. And I want to get as many fish out as possible. So I've just kissed the water with a cad cup. You're going to see me pinging across that far bank. I was looking to see if any tails were coming up. If they did, I'd have thrown the rod over, but I didn't see anything through the day, to be honest. So this is not the fish we want. Not a great sign either. However, I have had a lot of bait in a short time going in with the big cups due to the carp. So I've decided I didn't want to go in with another big cup. See if I get another little fish. So stick with the cad cup. Kiss the water. Drag the float into where you've just put your maggots. There we are. So I didn't put a big cup in. I stuck with a cad cup again, and I've hit a carp. So even though my last fish was a roach, I chose not to overfeed it and just have another look to see what were there. For a few reasons really. I can't keep putting big cups in because I've only got so many maggots. I've only got 6-7 pints, which I know sounds like a lot, but when you're getting skimmers coming one after the other and carp coming one after the other, it's not a lot of bait. And again, it doesn't pay you to just keep chucking it in. You got to feel out your peg. If you're getting little fish after little fish, then yeah, put a big cup back in. But you need to check first. So this is a decent fish, really pulling. Just getting on that puller and dragging him back. No, he's got other ideas. He's took off to the other end of the world. So I'm sticking my pole up really high in the air. This confuses him and encourages him to turn back round. And there we go, just turn back round. If you feel him running away again, just keep that pole up in the air and it'll turn him around for you. Now I know I've got control of him. Get straight on the puller, get it out as quick as possible. This fish does not want to give up. A real fighter. Yeah, it's not a bad one. Proper lump. If you're going to do it right. There, the carp you want. Yeah, it's just give me a beating, isn't it? So again, another big carp, a really big carp. You've got to go back in with a big cup. No point testing the water after that one. It definitely would have mullered all those maggots. I still like to put a cad cup in as well, just in case there's any fish up in water that want to follow them down and hopefully get the nose over my bait. So the skimmers have returned, not a bad thing. So that big cup's helped bring those skimmers back. Again, another cracking skimmer. I'm always checking the time. I like to know where I am roughly. I try and break down what weight I expect to get per hour. I just like to know if I'm hitting that target. It really does help motivate you in the match. So this is my float I've been using, the Alien. It's a 0.5. You can get them through my T-Nook Pole Floats page on Facebook. I'd really recommend you all try it. As you can see, it's a cracking float. So skimmers are good. We're not going to put a big cup in. I'm going to stick with the cad cup, see if we can get another skimmer. So there we are, another flying skimmer. So lay the rig in, kiss the water with the maggots, and drag the float over where you've just placed your maggots. Fish on, looks like a carp's moved in. Just like the rest really, taking off down the channel, trying to get to peg 8 where Bob is. I've just lifted that pole up high, trying to turn him round early. Looks like it's worked. It's coming in reasonably quick, to be honest. It says Yep, I totally jinxed it. Obsessed with getting down this left margin. They were trying its hardest to get me snagged up in them reeds. They were an overhanging bramble, but I weren't having any of it. I have confidence in the white hydro and my line and the gear. So if you do have to put some muscle on them to stop them, even when they're really going for it like this, you can do it. Made me believe it had enough quite early, and next decided to turn afterburners on and really go for it. Got the beating of him. Not a huge fish, I mean not a small one, but created quite a lot of trouble in the end. It's like I've had him inside at face, that's what made it so difficult. Big cup. Looks like the carp are moving in. Need to get that grub down. Looks like I've hit another carp. Normally anglers would fish this peg quite long. 16 to the other side is always carp patrolling that far bank. But with it being so windy, I decided against that. And to be honest, I brought my 16.5 metre section, so that was never going to be an option. However, today it looks like I've gone with the right tactic. The fish have been happy to come short anyway, so no need to fish long, uncomfortable, missing bites, risking losing rigs in the brambles. They're not daft, these carp, they know where all the snags are. Another one that's gagging to get round that bramble down the left margin. It's another big fish. But again, that white hydro dealt with it relatively easy. Proper unit. Massive mouth on it. So you imagine how many maggots that is taking in one gulp. Again, because it is such a humongous fish, big cup straight back in. Decided it's time to chuck in that second net. My clicker said £48. I were happy to put a second net in at 50. Close enough. The wind took that. I'm not the worst thrower in the world. That was all the wind. There we go. Second time lucky. So lay your rig in, kiss the water, drag your float into the maggots. It's that simple. So we've put that big cup in. Straight away there's carp back in again. So the carp have well and truly moved in. Another really good fish. Proper beast. So the mighty maggot just drawing in all these really big carp. So because I only put that big cup in just a little time ago, and it weren't the biggest, I mean it was a decent carp, but it weren't the biggest. I've decided to just try and see what's there before I put in another big cup. So I'm sticking with a cad cup. Looks like we've hit another good fish. So I've hit this without putting in a big cup. Looks like it's a nice F1. It's a couple of pounds. So I've put it in my first net. That'll get me around about that 50 mark. Again, it weren't a mega fish, so I'm sticking with a cad cup. Flying skimmer. We'll take that. It's a banger. So I've stuck with a cad cup for this as well. We've hit another skimmer. So I've had a carp, an F1, and this is the second skimmer since that last big cup that I put in. So it's 3:25 on my clock. We're there till 6. Still a fair while to go. I've had to open up the last of my maggots. I've got to try and make this last until 6. So I'm still sticking with the cad cup because I'm happy to get skimmers, and I can't just keep putting in loads and loads of bait. I only want to do that when I absolutely have to now. So it's another good skimmer. So sticking with that cad cup, I've managed to hit a carp. So since my last big cup, I've had what, 3 or 4 skimmers, an F1, a carp, and this will be the second carp. So it's taking off. So I'm just lifting that pole up really high to turn it back around. People might look at you thinking, what the hell is he doing? But I promise you it works. You can see it for yourself. A smaller carp compared to what I've been catching, but full of fight. That alien float's just dominating the view. Like it's dominating the fishing. Super sensitive, brilliant, tough, hard floats. After that carp, obviously because I've had 5 or 6 fish now on that last cup, it's time to put in another big cup. There's no way there's going to be loads of them maggots left over from the amount of fish I've just had. Looks like I've hit another carp. Simply lovely. So that's the end of the fishing for now. Had a great day. Let's see what we've got in those nets. One last clicker.
That's a proper fish.
It is a proper fish, isn't it? Quickest fish that came out today, that. Oh, he got me, you know. Little perch got me right on finger.
Right.
Yeah, we'll take that. I need a similar weight in this one to beat Lado. 59. What does my clicker say for this one? 57. I don't know what is wrong with this net. I'll get that skim out here. Nice skim of that, innit? Oh, in there, whichever. Whichever. Right. I'm not here Saturday, but we are here soon on 10th Teanock winter match. That'll be good. A bit more than that. Them skimmers, mate. Yeah. I've ended up with £119 and 4 ounce. Perfect. I've just beat Chris off peg 6. We had a good battle all the way through. He's at 117.7. He's lost 5 carp in the last half hour, whereas I've managed to get 4 or 5 in my last half hour. We've both lost lots of fish throughout the match, but that's match fishing. Well done to Pete Mansell winning the match with £139, just with Andy getting 138. If you would like to buy any of the floats that you've seen me using in the video today, please go onto Facebook, like the Teanock Pole Floats page. We do post daily. You can get them posted to you as well. Thank you. Like I said, if you have enjoyed what you've watched in the video today, or picked anything up, or seen anything you'd like to try, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, a subscription would be massively appreciated, as it does help me do what I do for you. And hopefully I can make more videos for you in the future. See there.
Hello, your call cannot be taken at the moment, so please leave your message after the tone.